I want to talk about this encampment in Boston called Mass and Cass.
Homeless people living in tents and makeshift shelters all along Mass and Cass. New at 6 tonight, WBZ's Christina Hager is in Boston with the story.
We need more services for these people.
Taking to the streets in protest.
Oh, that guy's pretty excited.
While city workers went tent to tent, distributing containers at the epicenter of Boston's opioid crisis,
Where are they going to take those containers?
preparing to move the tents out.
What are you going to do? You take away their home.
Over the weekend, signs went up here implying a hard deadline.
You got till Monday morning, 7 a.m. to move your stuff, or we're going to move it for you. And we'll offer you shelter and recovery programs if you need it.
And recovery. You only ever get the shelter if you do the recovery.
I don't want neither of them, and I don't need neither of them.
Hopefully I'll be moving into a place. They're trying to get me housing now.
Not everyone is eager to leave.
Let me know if you change your mind, all right?
Did the city offer to give you shelter?
Some of them did mention it, but it's a waiting game, you know?
Advocate Beth Ann Coddington says she used to live here herself and is now concerned about the city's plan.
Where are they going to go? What are they going to do?
Where are they going to go? What are they going to do? It's every time. That's what they say.
What about the ones that have mental illness and addiction?
Acting Mayor Kim Janey.
We won't put a date specific on it in terms of when it will end. This is ongoing work that has to continue to ensure that residents who need support and services can.
I love the YMCA song in the background. That's a nice juxtaposition.
Be connected to those supports and services.
Are you going to go?
I haven't decided yet. I have to process it, but I don't want to fight anybody.
We've seen a lot of cleanup today. This sidewalk you're looking at was covered in piles of trash earlier today. No tents dismantled, though, at least not yet. At Mass and Cass, Christina Hager.
Where are they going to go? I don't even know why I do these videos. I watch all this stuff. That guy, I used to be that guy. Sometimes I'm still that guy. Not today. Where are they going to go? And then, so you as a viewer, you're like, oh, well, they're offering shelter. Why don't they go to the shelter? Nothing is free, okay? They're going to do background checks. They're going to look to see what kind of criminal history you have, what kind of mental illness you have. It's never just a wide open invitation to go into a shelter. And on top of that, people get kicked out of shelters all the time. My shelter here, the only men's shelter in Akron, Ohio. Akron has outsourced all of its shelter work to private organizations. We have one men's shelter, and it's a highly, highly Christian shelter. I talked to a guy who was out 60 days, couldn't get food, clothing, or shelter because he missed a service. He missed a church service. And he's like, I didn't mean to miss it. I forget what he made some, seemed like a legitimate reason. I don't know. He was at work or something. It's all a lie. This is all a lie. That the way, this lady here, she comes in, she's like, oh, it was covered with trash. You should have seen it. Well, you know what? They were able to clean up the trash today. Why couldn't they have done that earlier? I go over every Friday to my village. I've got, I don't know, half a dozen people or something. I don't even know. I help them clean up the trash. I pull a pickup truckload of trash out of that yard for 5 or 6 people every single week. They collect stuff, they're scrapping, and you got to keep up on it. You got to keep up on the trash because it comes with the mindset of being homeless. Homelessness is itself a mental illness. And the mental illness propagates other mental illnesses and creates actual physical manifestations, oftentimes in the result of trash, of scrapping, of picking. They go all night long, they pick through dumpsters, looking for stuff that they can scrap or sell or they think is cool when they're high on meth. And they bring it back. And then I come in. Everybody in my garden where they live knows if it is outside of your tent, it becomes my property and I can do whatever I want with it. That's it. It's the rule. It's the rule. And yeah, they'll bitch and moan when I throw shit away. But I know they feel better when it's cleaned up. I know they do. Where are they going to go? One shelter, and these service providers are terrible, terrible humans. Terrible humans. Sometimes there's good humans in them, but they get caught up in a culture of condescending, looking down on these people, you know? And so they don't want to go where they're not wanted. They don't want to go to a place that's like prison for them. So yeah, look, it's Boston. It's the end of October. You can see it's rainy and cold. And these people are like, I'm not sure if I'm going to go. You have to ask, why would they not go? Because it's worse than living on the street, as the city hunts you and throws away all of your belongings. It's worse. It's worse, okay? Do you know what it means to be a human being? You don't want to go to jail. Look, all these people could go to jail. If they want to go to jail, they could, throw a rock through a window or, just keep stealing out of the local stores, and then next thing you know, they're in jail. They don't want to go to jail, and the shelter is jail. Because there's one option. You either stay out in the street or you go to this jail. Now, you can leave the jail whenever you want, but then we're going to throw out all your stuff. So it's jail. Do you get it? Do you understand what being a human being is? You don't want to go to jail. Well, we all don't want to do things we don't like. You don't go to jail. You make choices about your life. And because you have money doesn't give you the right to have choices, and they don't have money, so therefore they don't have any choices. That's what we're all saying. Well, if you would have money, you could do whatever you want. Well, then why is money the determining factor of where you can go? You know? We need more options. We need more options. Homelessness is getting worse. It's getting worse. Especially on these coasts. We have to innovate. We have to create camps. We have to create villages. My vision is a city in the desert. I'm going to build a city in the desert for homeless people. Like Australia was for convicts. I don't know if you'll force them to go to the desert or not. I don't know. But I think I can make it so they feel free and invited and welcome. That's an answer. We have to have answers. The governments just want to ignore this because all they see is a problem they want to go away. They didn't ask for homelessness. They just want to focus on the rich people. Boston houses are going for $1 million. That's who they want to focus on, people that can buy $1 million houses. Not people in tents. Those are no fun. Well, this is the outcome of capitalism. This is what capitalism looks like. Okay? This is it. It's not their fault. The system creates this. So we have to come up with new places for these people to go. I think deserts. It's my goal. Deserts. You don't have to stay in these cities. So you just desert resort for homeless people. People are going to love it.